the Bell Witch. Have you heard of this?
Stop it. No, I feel like this was either one of the cases we did back when we were a radio show. I don't remember what it was. It was either when we were a radio show or when we first started the podcast and weren't releasing it. I don't remember.
Did we do the Bell Witch?
I feel like we have. A long time ago.
Wow.
Like before we were posting as a podcast.
We might have, because this is where the Amityville
I don't remember much about it, but I remember the Bell Witch story.
Okay. All right, so...
Back to our roots.
The story of the Bell Witch begins around the beginning of the 19th century in the village of Adams, Tennessee. John and Lucy Bell decided to settle in a new home in Adams. They had 2 daughters, and for quite a while, the family had a peaceful life in the village. Years later, however, they began experiencing strange noises and paranormal activity in their house.
Oh, no.
Many curious people came to meet with the ghost-hunting Bell family, which was claimed to be a witch whose goal was to kill John Bell.
Ooh.
However, once the man passed away in a very strange circumstance, the ghost of the witch did not disappear, and it continued to hunt its daughters.
Oh, no.
While the presence of the Bell Witch in the region has not been reported after the beginning of the 20th century, her spirit may still be roaming around the popular Appalachian Trail, having fun scaring off hikers.
Ew, I hate that. If I were to run into that, honestly, I know, I was really pretty scared of, all the other cryptid little things you're talking about.
This one's nuts.
But to see the Bell Witch...
This one's crazy.
Ew. Oh, that would freak me out so bad.
Yeah.
Gross.
So the haunting began sometime in 1817 when John Bell witnessed the apparition of a strange creature resembling a dog.
Oh, here we go.
Dun, dun, dun.
Here we go. What?
The multiverse of madness. Bell fired at the animal, but it disappeared.
Oh, here we go. It's all things in one.
John's son, Drew Bell, approached an unknown bird perched on a fence that flew off, and it was extraordinary of size, which might be referring to thunderbirds. Wait,
can I make a guess?
Yeah.
I have a guess. What if the Bell Witch is just shape-shifting into all these different creatures, and because...
Like a Baba Yaga, is that what it's called?
I don't know. Maybe. But a shapeshifter. So she can shapeshift into all these different things, and obviously she can jump time and dimensions and things. So she can shift into a dog, into a big bird, into whatever.
Yeah, I mean, it's
creepy.
possible. What if the Bell Witch is all of these cryptids that we see?
Yeah.
What if she is the Scarling dog? Right? That would explain the children.
Yeah. All of it. Mm-hmm. She's a creepy gal.
And the daughter of Betsy, the wife, observed a girl in a green dress swinging from the limb of an oak tree. So they were seeing all these crazy things happening around them, which is very Amityville horror as well. The idea of seeing things that aren't there, like a whole family.
Yeah. That's so weird. It's weird that all of this activity is condensed to where they're living. It's all happening to them.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
Weird. That's so much weird stuff is happening.
Yeah, it's because I think it was said in it the witch's plan was to kill John Bell. The witch wanted to kill him. Oh. And even though I said in the synopsis it's still haunted after he was gone, that was her plan, was screwing with the whole family.
Wow, drive them mad enough to either they will hurt themselves or each other, or
I think a little bit of both, honestly. About this time, John Bell began experiencing paralysis in his mouth. Oh. The phenomenon grew in intensity as sheets were pulled from beds when the children were asleep.
Ew.
Very Amityville.
Very
paranormal
Amityville.
Activity.
Oh my gosh.
Soon the entity pulled hair and scratched the children with particular emphasis on Betsy.
That's a demon.
Who would be slapped, pinched, and stuck with pins.
Ew. I think I know where I know this.
Where?
We didn't cover this. Look up, hot second, Sam and Colby, Bell Witch. This has to be where I've heard this. Maybe we did not cover it. Maybe I watched this a long time ago. Do they have
The Demon
YouTube?
of the Bell Witch Cave, Sam and Colby.
Ha! Okay, yeah, we didn't cover it. It was them. Okay.
The Bell Witch Cave, a.k.a. America's scariest ghost story.
Look at you.
Yeah, wow.
Because I was why do I recognize this? I think I was thinking of the Bella and the Witch Elm story.
That's what I thought you were going with. Because when I first saw this, I was oh, is this the Bella and the Witch Elm story? Which is a great case.
Great case. That was one of our first, if not our first case.
Yeah.
Because I think I've scrolled down to the bottom of our Instagram, and I think Bella and the Witch Elm It was like one of the first ones we ever did.
I loved Bella in the Witch Home. I mean, I didn't love what happened to Bella in the Witch Home, but like, I loved the case.
Good story.
Great story.
But this is a good story. Juicy.
Yeah, so that's already a little bit about it. Unfortunately, like that's like the best stuff out of like it. There was like a lot that goes into it that was kind of like had other characters, but it was kind of like Betsy got the worst of it. Like she had marks on her the next morning.
The fact that it was so physical, like the fact that it was a pin and scratches and
then like the mouth too.
Like literally, if stuff starts scratching you, that's a demon, bestie. That's not. You don't want to be
that's not
with
a demon, girl.
That is a demon girl. Yeah.
Me gaslighting you. That's not a demon girl.
That's not a demon. You're scratching yourself.
The mark of the beast is on your back. I'm like, you did that to yourself.
Again. The 3 claw marks again.
Stop with the attention. Okay?
Come on. Grow up.
So, the fun part is that there have been several films based on the Bell Witch legend, including the Blair Witch Project.
Really?
The whole thing is based off the Bell Witch story.
That makes so much sense.
Right?
Wow.
Right?
Okay.
Isn't that wild?
Now I need to rewatch it.
I gasped when I saw that. When I researched it, I was like, oh my god, that's so cool. Yeah.
I wasn't a huge fan of that movie, but I only watched it once, and I need to watch it. I think I'm just not a big found footage. Good. Like the filming style is jarring for me to watch.
Really?
Yeah. I was the same with like Cloverfield. Like I love 10 Cloverfield Lane, but the original Cloverfield, it's that same sort of found footagey style. I think I just need to adjust to watching it and I'll be fine. But
do you know why Blair Witch Project's like so iconic though? Do you know like why like it happened that way?
Wasn't it supposed to be like they were filming it as it was happening?
Well, or kinda, yeah. So Blair Witch Project came out before the internet was like a big thing and like people understood movies or like how production kind of worked for that stuff. So a lot of people thought the Blair Witch Project was a real thing that happened because the beginning of it says that they found someone's recorder footage and then put it together to show the public. So a lot of people thought it was real.
And that's honestly, it would be really creepy because it's like if you were to watch a YouTube video of people showing all this stuff happening and you're like, well, are they dead? Are they... Yeah.
Kind of goes back to the case I did on the clown hysteria stuff. It's like, are these people doing a stunt or is this an actual thing?
Like, it takes the first people to like do something crazy like that for it to become horrifying. And the first people, you're like, I don't know if it's real or fake.
Right, exactly.
But that's creepy that it's based on this.
Right. So Roger Clark, a former film critic for The Independent, argues that the legend of this has measurable influence on cinema as a whole, such as the Poltergeist film series, the found footage Paranormal Activity films,
love those,
The Witch released in 2015, and the trope of burial ground disturbances in the Amityville Horror.
Hey.
And the Apport of Cherries to the Children in Mama released in 2013. So they think that this has played a big influence. When I was reading this, it felt very Amityville. I was like, I feel like everything is kind of Amityville sometimes.
Well, because that was like one of the first crazy cases like that.
Yeah.
That was like fact. Like it was a real thing.
Yeah. Like it just felt so like, oh my gosh. Like especially like the scratches in the bed like moving and stuff. Like things like that. I was just like, whoa.